So my name is Brad Steele. I'm a singer. I'm a songwriter. I usually talk about music on my channel, but today I'm talking about Better Call Saul. I have been binge watching Better Call Saul for the last couple of weeks. I have not been watching in real time with the rest of you. I had not watched any of it, but a good friend of mine recommended Better Call Saul because he knew that I had watched Breaking Bad and how much I liked Breaking Bad. He was like, dude, you need to check out Better Call Saul. And I was skeptical, but I could tell you Better Call Saul is a great show. And now I am caught up with the rest of you. 2 episodes left. I have binge watched up until this upcoming episode this Monday. And I'm sitting here wondering, like the rest of you, how's this thing going to end? How is Better Call Saul going to end? 2 episodes left. And really, there are no loose ends to tie. It's a complicated situation because obviously Breaking Bad takes place in a later timeline than Better Call Saul. So we know what happens. If you've watched Breaking Bad, you know what happens to Mike and Gus and Hector Salamanca and Tuco and all of the Salamancas. You know what their fate is. You know, of course, what Walt and Jesse's fate is. And through Better Call Saul, we know what happens to Chuck and Howard. We love you, Howard. And we know what happens to all of the characters from Better Call Saul, like Lalo. So what's left to do in these last 2 episodes? Spoilers, of course. Saul has become Gene. He has gone to Nebraska. He has kind of straightened things out there. Nobody knows who he is, and the people who do know who he is are not going to rat on him. All's well that ends well, you would think, but yet there's 2 episodes left. What is going to happen? Well, at the end of episode 11, we saw Saul going into, as Gene, he was going into the house that he was warned by his buddy, he don't need to go in there, he's going in anyway. And they put that alongside back when he went into the high school to talk to Walt, which set all of this craziness into motion, indicating that history is repeating itself, and Gene is about to pull out his inner Saul and create some bad situations for himself, because he doesn't ever learn. Like Chuck said, he always has to put his hand into businesses that belong in. So here's my thing. I've tried to work my way around this. I don't see how this possibly ends well for Saul, Jimmy, Gene, whatever you want to call him. I don't see how this ends well. I see one of 2 endings. I say he either winds up dead or he winds up in prison. I think that's the only way. Now, how he gets there, I don't know. But I think he either winds up dead or he ends up in prison. Because considering how things usually go for the characters in this universe, you just can't imagine Saul getting out of this thing with his life as we know it. Whether he dies, whether he goes to jail, you just can't imagine a scenario where this guy just lives on and does his thing. I think if there's any loose end that we would all like to see tied up a little more, we would like to see Kim again. That's, we heard in the last episode she's operating the sprinkler company in wherever, somewhere in Florida. She's working at a sprinkler company. There's still something to be straightened out there. There's still some closure. I actually entertained the idea that maybe Kim is the one who gets Saul put into jail. Like maybe Kim turns him in. I don't know if she's even able to do that, but I would like to. I have a feeling we're going to see Kim again. We're going to hopefully see some closure there between those 2 characters, because their end of their marriage and their relationship felt very abrupt to me, and so I would imagine we're going to see those 2 characters reconnect with each other in person somehow, some way. And I think it's going to end poorly for Saul. It's a very unique situation because there aren't many characters left to figure out. There aren't any. They're all gone. Jesse's still alive, but he's off the grid. So it's really Saul and Kim are the only two left that we can kind of... I mean, Huel. There is Huel. He's in New Orleans. He got out of that room, thank God. Let me hear your theories. I think we will see Kim and Saul interact one more time. Probably not on this week's episode. They'll probably save that for the last episode of the show. And I think Saul, it can't end well for him. He's either going to wind up in prison or dead. That's my take. What a show. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be watching this Monday right along with you. Take it and soak it up. Bye.